There we go.
Awesome. We are live. Welcome back. This is going to be part 2, courtesy of Wade Brown. Mr. Wade, thank you so much once again. Appreciate you so much for the ability to share this information. We only have a few more currency pairs to go through, and then afterwards we can do 10 minutes. I'm going to set an alarm right now for 10 minutes of Q&A and just a mastermind session, just go into some discipline and some mindset afterwards, so that way when we upload this to the YouTube, multiple people are able to take from this information and, apply this not only to their trading, to their price trap on what the cellular device would look like, but just in their day-to-day lives. So once again, thank you to each and every single one of you guys who are watching live with me here. And for those of you on the recording, you're blessed as well too. So thank you. I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen once more. Let me know if you can see this. Drop a comment, or let me know. Host has disabled screen sharing. Oh yeah, Wade, you might have to actually allow permission. So go to participants and then allow to record on Price Shop Official.
Yeah, it looks like it says show me you already have it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing your screen, Will.
That's your screen, brother. Yeah, like we're able to, like what's happening on the Zoom call right now is you're sharing your screen. And I'm on, actually, it says only the host can share in this meeting. So you'll actually need to go into the participants, locate Price Trap Official, which would be me, and then click on it. And it should give you an option to allow screen record. And then I should be able to screen record from there.
Sharing.
Let's do it. I'm going to try this out one more time. Can you see this? Are we back?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so we just finished up Euro GBP, and I'm actually going to go ahead and send this out too. And then we'll move on. I know that GBP USD was called out on the 4-hour. And what was the other one? NZD JPY, which was also called out on the 4 hours. So we can review that one too. And then I want to definitely do some, Alex Morton's live. I want to definitely do some Q&A. Just any types of questions that you have about trading, about life, about if people are building the business as well too. I'll answer those, but it's not necessary, not a necessity. So this was. Okay, so let's go to it right now. GBP USD. This one was called out on the 4-hour. So then what we could do is go look at the 4-hour time frame and be able to see that structure is telling us that we're in a huge uptrend. So this could be really, really good, because if we look back and do some quick back testing here, these zones that we just drew up based on the 1 hour, based on the current situation right now, where we're at currently, this ceiling and this floor, if we go back and just scroll back on our chart a little bit, we can see that both of those ceilings and floors have been amazingly respected in the past. Here, the ceiling and floor. It almost looks like a perfect break and retest on the 4-hour, which doesn't usually happen. Again, over here too. So this is definitely something to keep in mind while you're back testing and while you're setting up your charts. So for right now, we still don't see any movement as of a break. We're still stuck. When I sent this chart out too as well, this was the current the candle that was closed and we were on this green candle here. So that's, I just simply put it to this. But now that we see that there's a new candle, we can actually move this down. And just, it's called adapting. We're now moving our zone based off of what price did. And price made a wick down to that area. So all I'm simply doing is moving that zone down. That's it. Easy peasy. You all know the drill here. We're just waiting for a break of the ceiling or a break of the floor, and waiting for that retest on the lower time frames. Easy peasy. That one making sense so far? Cool. GBP, USD. Awesome. Then next one was NZDJPY. This was also called out on the 4 hour. So if we look, it's neat because there's these crazy things called news. I don't know if anybody watches the news still, but some of the events that happen in our world, in the worldly events, especially with certain I guess certain situations happen in the political world that cause these markets of $6.6 trillion to move in crazy ways, as you can see here from this massive candle and this massive move upwards. But all we do as traders is we draw floors and ceilings. If you're a price trap trader, you draw floors and ceilings. The reason why is because news will always respect technicals. Christopher Derrick said that in one of his sessions. I stopped watching the news. As soon as Christopher Derrick said that, I stopped watching news entirely. I don't check Forex Factory. I don't go on, any other, Bloomberg sites to look at what the economic events are. It does not matter. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't matter to me personally because I'm not in the world and neither are you, but I'm just saying in terms of trading and in terms of multiplying the money that's already sitting in your bank account, for the strategy, it's not necessary. That doesn't mean that you don't have to research what happens and how the news affects these markets and the candles. That's totally cool too. But when it comes to the actual strategy, it's not necessary. Let's see. So let's go on the 1 hour. We see a break of the ceiling. Wonderful. Let's go on a lower time frame, 30-minute. Still just a break. 15. Still simply just a break. 5. We can kind of see a break. And then this would be a retest too. If you were ambitious like me and fearless, I would have taken this as an entry. And then let's go savage mode. Let's go 1 minute. Let's go 1 minute. Wow. Look at that. Break. Retest. Entry on the 1 minute. How crazy is that? Just because the 1 minute is in here does not mean you don't have to use it. So it's up to you if you want to. I know that this would help a lot of individuals because the candles print a lot faster if you're looking for that entry as soon as price breaks the zone. But I'm just showcasing that, hey, if you don't see an entry on the 15-minute, if you don't see an entry on the 30-minute, maybe it's on the 5. Maybe it's even on the 1 minute time frame. Just because these are available for you, you're able to utilize these. They're all available here for you in the app. So it's just so amazing, the technology that we're actually able to have access to change our paradigms about trading and creating revenue from our devices. So yeah, this is a potential entry. If you took it, wonderful. If not, that's okay. Because remember, the currency markets are not going away. The only thing that would probably, eliminate foreign exchange is if America melted overnight, which I don't really think would happen. So I'm just going to showcase this just to show that there is potential. Let's see. There we go. Just for educational purposes as well, so that people can see when you draw things up, And when you go back and when you look at what happened at these zones, you can just begin to do deeper research and deeper reconnaissance of how these markets are actually behaving. So now, because this was called out on the 1 hour, I'm going to go ahead and redraw it up. And the reason why I do that is because things already happened. Like the entry was on the 1 minute, I believe. But check it out now. If we go back and delete all this, so let's say we just delete everything, start fresh, and we go back to the 1 hour because we mark everything up on the 1 hour. We still look like we just broke a ceiling. This would be a ceiling. It still looks like we just broke the ceiling. But as you can see, as I just went in depth on the 5 and the 1 minute time frames, that's not always the case. Again, this is just giving you a snippet of information when it comes to these charts. And the more you look into this, the more you dive deep into the content, the more that you dive deep into the educators, you'll begin to see how honed in they are to their craft and to building the skill set. Because again, once you have the skill set, nobody can steal it from you. So and then I know people were talking about Fibonacci's. I know this is kind of like advanced stuff. But yeah, we'd be looking at like a 50% retracement. But that's for the hardcores. For people who are just beginning out in price trap and want to learn a little bit more, this is all we would be looking for at this current moment. If you haven't already entered this trade, that's it. So we see price broke the ceiling and is above the ceiling. On the 1 minute, it did retest and went all the way up here. But for the sake of price chat, we're waiting for this to now, after it's done breaking the ceiling, we want it to come back down into the newfound floor. And that's where we would ultimately be looking for entries or secondary entries. And then the other thing that we would want to happen if that doesn't take place is this. We want it to break that floor from here, this previous floor, and come back up to retest as a newfound ceiling to do what's called a shift in momentum. Cool. Any questions on this one so far, guys? Is this all making sense? Good. Good. I'm glad. Makes me happy. Okay, now there was a few other trade setups that I wanted to go over as well too that were given out. I'll just kind of scroll through these. Give me 1 second. GBP NZD was also called out. Let's see what happened here. Let's go to a 15 minute. We see price in a consolidation area, broke the ceiling, did not really become a floor. However, it did create a new ceiling right here. And then that ceiling was eventually broken and became a newfound floor. So watch. This was a ceiling. It broke the ceiling and never actually came back down to this ceiling over here to become a floor, but that's okay because what it did is actually create a new ceiling right here from these candles, this wick to the body of the candle. And then that was actually broken on the 15 minute and price came back down to retest into that zone as well too that just created. So from there, if you didn't catch the first entry, this was your secondary entry. And then I think this went for how many pips? Let's measure this out. Uh, 128, I believe. Yeah, 127 potential, which is really, really cool how you can actually adapt to what the market currently does, even after it breaks. And this just goes to show that if you focus on one currency pair, as the currency pair either breaks the floor or breaks the ceiling, and you just keep following it on lower time frames, you keep following it, you keep updating yourself, you keep setting alarms, and you stay disciplined with what your goal is, and your goal is to ultimately be capturing your purple box. This purple box is all you want to be focused on when it comes to price trap. Duplicating. This is by far the easiest way to duplicate trading, because if somebody watches you draw purple boxes and draw yellow circles and draw up floors and draw up zones, like the ceilings and floors zones, how easy would that be to replicate? How easy would that be to tell somebody, hey, just do what I do? Hey, I'm not a professional. I'm not, an expert, but I'm just drawing these things, these boxes and lines and circles. It's pretty cool, hey? How easy does it look? I mean, it doesn't look complicated. It's not hard to follow. It may be intimidating because of the candles. And I think that's what gives a lot of people anxiety or just a sour taste in their mouth, because they're like, oh my goodness, so much movement. But if you really break this all down, it's just the same thing happening over and over and over and over again. We just are training our eye to see it better. That's all it is. That's like one of the best explanations I could possibly give. So after this was captured, it looks like the stop profit was hit because of this huge downward shift in this huge momentum right here. So as of right now, let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see. It looks like I would still be waiting. Because as we drew this up here, from this line, we wanted to see a break of this floor and a retest of this, and then the entry would be for a sell position on this bottom zone. It looks like we're getting that right now as we speak on the 15 minute. Let's go on the 5. Wow, how amazing is this? We see price was a ceiling, or a floor previously over here, right? It was a floor, and now if we go to the future, or the present I should say, we see a break, a retest, and movement to the downside. That's like a red flashing light to say, hey, enter this trade. I'm not calling out a signal right here, and please trade at your own risk. But if I was a price trap trader, I would be putting my 1-to-1 right here right now. Just so everyone's aware, though, I'm not calling out a signal. I'm not saying to enter this trade. I'm just simply telling you that this is what a confirmation would look like. So take that how you will. For those of you live here with me, wink, wink. And always use proper risk management. That means 0.01 per $100 for every single dollar in your trading account. Or if you want, you could use a demonstration account. That's totally available too. But this is what a proper retest would look like as it's currently happening right now. There's 2 candles that closed, 1, 2 on the 5-minute time frame, even on the 15-minute. We can see this green candle was below and it came back into the zone. And as you can see, it just turned to 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. It opened a new candle. And look at this new candle. It's below the zone. It opened below the zone. So again, if I was a trader and if I was a price trap trader, I would be looking to secure an entry in this market right now for the British pound to the New Zealand dollar. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. This is not financial advice. Take this as you will. we're simply just learning here. This is for demonstration purposes only. Past results do not indicate future results. Results are not typical, and it does require a lot of hard work, time, patience, effort, and discipline to learn this skill set. But it's amazing what you can see as you begin to develop yourself as a trader and keep learning, right? All these mentors, we want to keep learning. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. I think that's a pretty good place to end off. And we'll open up the mics for some Q&A before we get cut off here. Give me 1 second. Perfect. How'd everybody like that? Did everybody get value from that?
Yeah, that was great, man. Thank you. Very good. Excellent.
I thank you so much once again, Wade, for assisting with the recordings. I'll definitely have to get in contact with you after to get copies of that and be able to send it out to the community. So that way, I know there's people in the UK that it's like 4 a.m. right now for them.
Right.
For them to see some of the stuff that I was breaking down on a cellular device, I know that was something that was very, very requested. Very requested, because it's like, okay, sure, we know how to do it on a laptop, which is great. Don't get me wrong, that's great because it's a big screen. But now if we can actually take that and apply it to what it would actually truly look like on a cellular device. I'm using iPhone, and I'm so sorry for those of you who have Android. I'm sorry, this is what I got. But this is just like how it would look. So does anyone have any questions here live with me?
I just wanted to ask you, first of all, thank you very much. That was really valuable.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to ask, how often are you able, or how often can we have such sessions like this?
Like these? Well, because of the current situation that we're all in right now, I'm actually available a lot more. And I've been building with my team here in Winnipeg, and we've been focusing on Price Trap a lot more and being able to create a community campfire in the city locally with events. But now, because we can't even have events with over 5 people in attendance, it's kind of put a stop and a halt to that. So definitely a lot more often. We'll be having calls like this. We'll be having review sessions. So maybe even tomorrow night or on Thursday evening, we can kind of come back to these same charts that we drew up, come back to these same charts that I sent out into the community chat. So that way it's documented. So we can see, oh, well, what did we talk about on Tuesday? Go to the YouTube video. Okay, let's see what, okay. Oh, remember this trade? Remember that when he called this out? Remember when this happened? Boom, now it's Thursday evening. We're looking at, basically the entirety of the week. Moving into Friday, we can see, oh, wow, remember when he called, we were looking at it here, and now it's down 300. That's only 2 days. Our goal of catching 1,000 pips per month is not so far away. And it's not so, esoteric and crazy. It's actually attainable. And that's why the reason why Christopher Derrick, even is when I was in Dallas in the convention, when he was talking about 1,000 pips per month, and he did the calculator example, he told me, okay, if you start with $100 in your trading account and you duplicate that every single month for 12 months, that's $204,000. It's just numbers. And if you're consistently doing that, obviously the past results do not indicate future results, and trading involves risk, but it just goes to show that, man, it's possible. I am Mastery Academy. It's in the title. It's strategically placed in the title, which is so clever. But the cleverness should not be overlooked as truth. But yeah, man, let's do these sessions a lot more. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are awesome. You make me happy.
That would be fabulous. Thank you very much.
God bless. God bless. Thank you so much. Yeah. And to be honest, it doesn't matter to me about if you're on a different team. It doesn't matter to me if you're on a different, like you used to do a different strategy and now you're looking at Price Trap. It doesn't matter to me if you're any kind of, it doesn't matter to me. I'm a vessel and a being of love and light. That's it. I make no judgment. That's why every single time I see somebody post a chat or like a chart in the chat, I'm always going to give a good comment. I'm always going to do that, because if I had somebody do that for me when I was first starting, man, oh man, my Lanta, it would be so different from now on. Like, it would be so different. So I want to be that light for everybody to actually feel like they matter. And I know that sounds cheesy and corny, like, man, why are you trying to save the world like that? It's like, well, I just love people. I'm sorry. I can't, It just makes me happy. Does anybody else have any other questions, though? Ooh. Got some background, some feedback. Shots, can we get that noise stopped? Hold on. Okay, wait. Unmute. I don't know how to unmute everyone, but nonetheless, if anybody has any other questions too, this recording will be available on YouTube. So drop a comment on my YouTube, and I will respond to every single comment. If you create a comment on this YouTube video, I'll respond to it. And again, the links are going to be in the description for the chats, like for the Telegram chats where we send this information, where you just saw me send the information to. This will be available. It's all free. I'm not going to charge you anything besides your time, effort, and you know, the fact that you're able to access it. That's it. Your internet connection, however much that costs you, right? So thank you guys so much once again. Wade, I'm going to get at you after this for sure for the recording, and you have blessed hundreds and thousands of people with this, man. I appreciate you 100%. 100%. It means a lot, brother. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you soon on the next one. Take care.